everybody? Welcome back to Record-ology. Tonight, we are going to take a look at a cool record. And on that cool record, or I should say, with that cool record, we will be utilizing the Audiotronic 304A, which you see in front of you. This is my early to mid 80s classroom record player. Ex-US government property, was part of the Aurora, which is a suburb of Denver here. School district property, and now it is ours. So glad to have it. It's nearly perfect condition. A little bit of platter wobble. Yeah, missing the knob. Actually, I have the knob here. It's just not physically on here, but it works pretty dang good. And I got to thinking, one thing we haven't done with this is test the tracking for us. So let's go ahead and do that before we take a look at the record using our Isunao, a tracking gauge known under many names. And let's just see we have the same tracks. I really don't know. All right, so we're going to zero it out, place it down here. Then we are going to lower our, make sure we're zeroed out. And we're going to lower our cartridge. Okay, so it's over 5 grams. So what we're going to do then is recalibrate this. So put that on there. Zero it out. Off. Then we have to add 5 to whatever we get. And we are now, what? Wow. 4.11. Does this thing really track at 9.12 grams? I thought this was really going to be like 2 or 3 grams. Is that for real? Let's check it again. Okay, so we're close enough. Basically negative 5 grams. So you have to add 5 to whatever we get here. Holy cow. 9.24 grams. Okay, I will not be putting my Glenn Miller on here. Jiminy Christmas. And you thought the suitcase players and stuff were harsh on your records. So now when people say, just buy vintage, that's not necessarily the truth. Now, that being said, this cartridge type may require more downforce. And by the way, somebody asked me how you replace these. It's the same cartridge style that they use on like the Fisher-Price and whatnot. This one is a dual-sided. So one side is for 78s. The other side is for a micro groove. I also have one that's specifically for Seeberg. And the cartridge and the stylus are one and the same. So when you're replacing one, you're replacing both. Jiminy Christmas, you guys, though. 9 grams. I mean, that's like the record shooter. Remember that thing, the slot in MPK? That's that kind of territory. That is not good. However, the type of record we're reviewing, these kids' records are very durable. Much more durable than modern soft vinyl. And that's really the point of the show. That's what you came here for. So today we're taking a look at this guy right here. This is a 1954 Little Golden record. We reviewed Little Golden records before, and we'll do more in the future. I love them. I love anything that's out of the ordinary. Now, I've talked about this a bit in the past, but some of you already know this. I'm not doing record collecting just for the sake of getting music I like on vinyl and listening to it. I'm doing it, well, also the fact that we're doing the show, but I'm doing it to collect interesting items, unique things, off the beaten path. You know what I mean? Stuff that has an interesting story, archaeology of it, record archaeology, Record-ology. That's really where it all started. So, sometimes I will do things that aren't, centered around, Glenn Miller or whatever kind of music I'm liking, enjoying. And this would be one of those things. I'm not going to, listen to these songs online because I don't care for the music in this case that much. What I care for is the actual record. So, and by the way, speaking of the record, I paid $2 for this. I think this is a steal, especially considering it has the original paper sleeve and amazing artwork, very vibrant. It's interesting that it's a Little Golden record, and they made this white, or kind of a white, although that really is what looks like the record, that inner part right there. At first glance, this looks like the label, and this looks like the record, but this is the drum. Okay, sorry. Ignore that part. I'm slow. And we've got some information down here. Does that name ring a bell? Dun, dun, dun. Mitch Miller. That's right. Mitch Miller got his start before he became like the A&R guy and a major producer over at Columbia. You know, he led the orchestras that did a lot of these golden records. On the back, 25 cents, 35 cents in Canada. Sorry, my Canadian friends. I never could quite understand as a child why everything in Canada was more expensive. Felt sorry for you. And yeah, all these different titles you can collect by the creators of Big Golden Books and Records. Extra Play Golden Records. That is cool. 1954. So let's give it a listen. I flip us back to 78. Almost all these 50s children's records are 78 RPM. I'm a little sad that this thing is pristine, by the way. I mean, look how it is, just beautiful. It looks like it was never used. And I'm about to put 10 grams of tracking force on it. So anyway, once these get chewed up enough by being used by a kid, the color starts to fade and whatnot, but I think it'll do okay. I'm not 100%. This is listed in Discogs as being vinyl, although I think it's a resin. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure what that is, but we're going to listen to it anyway. 78 RPM. This thing looks virgin. It looks untouched. It looks beautiful. Hopefully it stays that way. Let's go ahead and put this here. Now, this is an idler drive turntable, and a lot of you will say, well, don't forget, you can't leave that engaged when you're in transit. Well, this one has a, because the rubber tire inside there, the actual idler wheel, will get a dent in it if it's pressed up against the inside of this hollow platter too long. This one has a pause feature, which is cool. It just pulls that off of there. So as long as you're in pause mode, like right now it's on, it's just in pause. So that idler is spinning loosely without making contact in there. And that prevents that from happening. So anyway, without further ado, here we go.
Oh, everybody thinks it's grand when they hear the circus band. I play for the girls and boys, and I make the loudest noise. I'm the drummer man, you see, the drum so big you can't see me. When we march along the street, I never miss a single beat. Ta-ra-ra-boom-die, 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 ta-ra-ra-boom-die. My big drum is blue and white, and I'm really quite a sight when I march along the way, beating out a boom-die. Ta-ra-ra-boom-die, 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 ta-ra-ra-boom-die.
Oh, I love the big parade and the music that is played. I'm a merry majorette, I'm the girl you can't forget.
Ta-ra-ra-boom-die, ta-ra-ra-boom-die, ta-ra-ra-boom-die.
I can do a fancy trick, watch me whirl and twirl my stick as I march along the street, prancing, dancing on my feet.
Sounds pretty good. Probably one of the best sounding children's 78s that I have. Oops, nope. One of the best sounding children's records I've ever come across from this era. And let's see. Hopefully we didn't do anything. No, it's fine. It's fine. These are durable. I mean, they're designed to withstand those super, aggressive downforces by those tin children's record players and stuff like that. Yeah, looks good. Looks fine. Let's listen to the flip side. Pony Boy. Sounds like a rap song. And here we go. Kind of an awkward angle. Sorry if I don't nail it. But there we go.
Oh, everybody thinks it's grand when they hear the circus band.
That sounds like Tarara Boom-Die, not Pony Boy. So is this pressed with the label on the wrong side? This says Tarara Boom-Die. What the heck? Do we have an oddity here? Let us see what's on this side. Is this side Pony Boy? If it is, then this label's on backwards. So, the takeaway here is we have an air pressing. Hello, let's not go over there. Okay. No anti-skate on this thing. So what's interesting about this, let's look at this. This is Pony Boy. Even though it says ta-ra-ra, boom die. This says Pony Boy even though it is the other way around. And you'll see it's clearly stamped A. So A is supposed to have this song and B is supposed to have this song. So they simply put the label on backwards. I wonder if that can confuse the child that had this. I don't know how rare that is, if that happens very often. It's mildly interesting, though. But a cool record, and still looks, I mean, visually wise, it looks like it's in, pristine condition. So durable, able to withstand 9 traumatizing grams of downforce on this turntable. That really makes me think about this. I wonder if there's an adjustment in here that can be made. I believe it is a spring counterbalance. So I'm going to need to take a look at that before I put any more vinyl, especially modern soft vinyl on this. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this is interesting. Let me know down in the comments below what you think. And if you have any show ideas, things you want to see, let me know that as well. If you feel so led to do so, that makes sense. Let me try that again. If you feel so led, there is a virtual tip jar of sorts, my Buy Me a Coffee service down below that helps support the channel. Somebody asked me about that recently. Basically, you go in there and make a one-time purchase in $5 increments. And that money just goes into supporting the channel so we can buy cool records, record players, stuff like that. But mostly, I'm just glad that you're there, and I thank you for spending time with me each and every day. Speaking of which, we'll be right back at it tomorrow with another fun show. But that's going to do it for now. Happy record hunting. We will see you tomorrow.